Hey guys, Lori here, pharmacist. So today I thought I would talk to you about how to boost the immune system and also some of the things you may be doing and not aware of that are really compromising your immune system. So just really basic. This is a potato. This is a raw potato. The thing about this potato is, if I leave it in the potato bin for very long, it's going to start to sprout, right? Or if I plant it, it'll grow because it's alive. All the enzymes and the nutrients are intact. It's completely alive. However, if I put it in a microwave and cook it, or if I put it in an oven and cook it, and then let it sit around or plant it, it's not going to grow, because the enzymes have been killed. All right, everything that makes a potato grow has been killed. Well, that's the same thing with cooked food in your diet. You know, when you cook food, you kill it. And the difference between raw food and cooked food is that raw food it's the most bioavailable food for your body, because it is alive and it has the enzymes, and the enzymes are catalysts that help your body absorb the nutrients. So once you cook that food, I think it's like 78 to 80 degrees, any temperature above that, and it'll kill the enzymes in the food. So you just compromise the nutrient value of the food when you cooked it. Now, that doesn't mean that all cooked food is bad. Honestly, we do need some cooked food in our diet, you know. But if you don't understand that basic principle that your body's most bioavailable food is raw fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, and you're living on a diet that's mainly cooked, you know, you're going to present with health issues eventually, is the bottom line. So, like, I'm actually a huge proponent, in addition to raw fruits and vegetables, of juicing. I have a juicer. I have juicers I can recommend if you are interested in going down the juice route. I don't just juice and then eat cooked food. I eat raw food in addition to juicing. But I love juicing because it's like a nutrition IV for your body. There's no, your body doesn't have to break anything down. For instance, if you're going to let's say you're going to have some raw carrots. You know, you can only chew so many raw carrots. But when you juice, you might be able to consume actually 3 or 4 raw carrots in a serving of vegetable juice. That's just an example. Things that are hard to eat raw that are really good for you are like organic beets. When I juice, I'll usually do some beets, the beet tops, the cucumber, lemon. I'll throw in an apple for some sweetness, or some other fruit, whatever. I mean, there's so many variables with juicing. It's like something you can work towards your own taste. So, but it is a nutrition IV for your body, because your body doesn't have to break anything down, doesn't have to really digest anything. You want to drink juices on an empty stomach, because that's how they're going to be the most highly absorbed. Pretty much everything is absorbed better on an empty stomach, including drugs. So I'm just throwing that out there as far as ways that you can really increase the nutrient value of what you're eating. What else? All right, so, I know what I want to say. All right, so one of the rules of thumb that when I was raising my kids, which I homeschooled, was when we went to the grocery store, and you know how kids are. They're, oh, Mommy, will you buy this? Oh, Mommy, will you buy that? Especially if you take them hungry. Well, not only was it a great just reading source for them, but I made them read to me when they presented something. Will you buy this? Read me the ingredients. So our basic rule of thumb was, if you can't pronounce it, we're not buying it. For instance, monosodium glutamate, or, and then if you've got a food that's got a list of ingredients this long, it's like, it's out of here, man. You want to stick to the basics, and it's very important to read labels. I can't even tell you how much, if you start to read the labels of all the foods that you have in your home, how much dyes can affect children. I mean, I've had testimonies of parents that, red dye, and this was when I was practicing as a pharmacist, just sent their kid into outer space, basically. It was a different person. Children are very sensitive. And so you need to pay attention to what you're purchasing and let your children be a part of that, train them. That's how I handled it anyway. Let's see. So I know it's hard to believe that there could be any other liars out there than the pharmaceutical industry. But another big liar is the meat and dairy industry. I think that dairy is probably one of the biggest causes of the autoimmune disorders that are going on out there, perhaps as vaccinations. And it is completely something that is hidden, that people aren't aware of. I mean, I honestly don't have a television. I haven't had a television in over 5 years, but the last commercial I remember that the dairy industry had out there was "Got Milk," and then the person with the milk mustache. You guys, all right, first of all, the belief is, and what we're taught is, that we need milk for calcium, and that if we don't get enough milk, we're not going to have strong teeth and bones. It is just another huge fallacy, selling point, lie. As I don't know how to say it any simpler than cow's milk is for baby cows. So my children, as you know, were not vaccinated. They also never drank cow's milk. I never purchased cow's milk. We had rice milk. My daughter liked the rice milk. My son preferred almond milk. There's also soy milk. That was just what they preferred. I raised them. My daughter went to the dentist 3 times in her life. My son went to the dentist 2 times in his life. That's a whole nother chapter. Neither of them have ever had any cavities. We also had non-fluorinated water. Another big lie, okay, that we need fluorinated water. It's just not the truth. We were in the country. We were in the sticks. We had well water. It's the best tasting well water. We're so blessed. And I have well water in this house. It's wonderful. I drink just right out of the tap. It's amazing. But anyway, the calcium, back to the calcium, they never had it. They never had the fluoride, and they never had any teeth issues. Still don't. So, but back to the immune system in dairy. And I think that I'm going to be real transparent here. I, of course, was a vaccinated baby. My mom quit nursing me, which is another thing. Breast milk is the absolute best thing for your baby. It is what God, Mother Nature, whatever term you want to call it, designed for your child. So I had a mother email me a week or so ago talking about how her little daughter, she's got a 2-year-old daughter that has asthma and just has to be on prednisone multiple times a year, has viral infections, just basically a sick kid. At 12 months, the pediatrician told her to stop breastfeeding and put her on cow's milk. This kind of thing drives me insane. And now this kid is so sick. But I guarantee you, if she stops the dairy and goes to some like almond milk or rice milk and maybe starts juicing for that baby, I guarantee you she can probably 100% reverse those asthma symptoms. And I know that because it happened with me. You know, I had asthma all growing up. It was a nightmare. I mean, I was born in 1962, so cow's milk was the big craze then. We somehow thought that giving a child, a baby, cow's milk, which is meant for baby cows, would make them healthier than giving what God or Mother Nature designed. Well, I was a tremendous sufferer of that. I had horrible asthma all through my childhood. Allergies, did allergy shots, the whole bit. You guys, I did not realize until last year I was allergic to dairy. But the funny thing was, and that it was the root of my asthma. The funny thing was, I just, as I got older and kind of moved toward more of a vegetarian diet, dairy, I quit drinking milk in the 90s. When they started adding HCG, which is human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Say that 3 times fast. Well, anyway, when they started adding that to dairy, to milk, I quit drinking it in the 90s. So just because of that, I reduced my dairy intake. I still ate yogurt and cheese, but over the years, as I just kind of moved away from dairy, not because I had any huge conviction, but I just was not drawn to it, I guess, if you will, my asthma and my allergies got tremendously better. Now, was I also eating raw fruits and vegetables and juicing and knowing about building my immune system? Yes. But the interesting thing is, last November, I don't know what I was reading, something. I just thought, you know, I probably should factor dairy back in. I probably should, you know, start eating some Greek yogurt, some organic Greek yogurt, and what else I've had? Oh, cheese. I started factoring back in cheese. Well, you guys, I started having asthma. Suddenly, this inhaler that I had, Ventolin inhaler, which, like I said, I'm allergic to cats. So if I go in someone's home and they have cats, I'm going to have to use an inhaler probably. But other than that, I hardly ever use the dumb thing. So this one was expired and I'm like, you know, and I'm having to use my inhaler 3 and 4 times a day. So I'm thinking to myself, what have you done different? Why do you have asthma out of the clear freaking blue? Well, it hit me. You've been factoring in dairy. Why don't you just cut it out completely and see what happens? So literally on a Wednesday morning, I ate my last serving, because God forbid I throw anything away, of Greek yogurt with some granola or something. And that was it. End of the dairy. I had to use my inhaler Wednesday. I had to use it on Thursday. By Friday, my asthma was gone. And I kid you not, I have not had any issues since. So, dairy, guys. I mean, and you know, I thought I wasn't allergic to dairy because I wasn't lactose intolerant. I don't have any problem with lactose. I can eat ice cream, I can eat yogurt, I can eat whatever. But suddenly I can't breathe. Okay, so let's see. Meat and dairy industry, you know, and the whole fallacy with all this protein. I mean, that is just, I'm not saying we don't need protein in our diets, but to be quite frank, it's just a whole nother fallacy. I think I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm at 14 minutes. I want to do a continuation and talk about alkaline foods and Prilosec and Nexium and Prevacid, what I know probably 3/4 of America is on to reduce acid, and that's a whole another chapter. It's tied into the raw foods, and I want to bring that together. But I think what I want to do is just let you guys absorb what I've said and get some feedback, and then I will pick up where I left off here and educate you further on how to build the immune system. And anyway, I love you guys. I have had so much feedback. Man, the things you guys are sharing with me, you just don't even know. I feel like in the last, what did I make the first video on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, landmark day for me. Anyway, I mean, the followers I've had and what you are contributing to my life educationally is huge. I've learned more in what are we going on, 3 weeks now, than I have the last 2 or 3 years as a pharmacist. Because, you know, you just get in that rut and you're just counting pour, lick, and stick, and it's so boring. But anyway, so much love, you guys. I can't even tell you. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what's going on here. I just feel like some big things are going to come from it. All right. I will talk to you soon.